Imagine this: a man who lived over 2,400 years ago, yet whose ideas continue to shape the way we think, govern, and even educate ourselves today. That's Plato. But who exactly was this philosopher, and why does his influence stretch across centuries, touching even our modern lives? What if I told you that many of the ideas we take for granted, like democracy, the pursuit of truth, and the meaning of justice, can be traced back to this one individual? Plato wasn't just a thinker. He was a visionary who dedicated his life to answering the biggest questions of human existence. How do we know what's truly real? What does it mean to live a good life? And can we ever understand the ultimate nature of the universe? In today's video, we're diving into Plato's world, from his early life in the bustling city of Athens to the creation of his revolutionary academy, his philosophical concepts like the famous Allegory of the Cave, and the lasting impact his ideas have on us today. By the end, you'll have a deeper appreciation for how Plato's wisdom continues to guide our thoughts and actions in the 21st century. Ready? Let's dive in. Early life and background. Plato was born in Athens around 427 BCE, during a time of great political and social turmoil. His family belonged to the aristocracy, granting him access to the best education available. His father, Ariston, claimed descent from the early kings of Athens, while his mother, Perictione, was related to the famed lawmaker Solon. Growing up surrounded by influential figures, young Plato was exposed to the complexities of politics, philosophy, and the arts from a very early age. But Athens was in crisis during Plato's youth. The city was in the midst of the Peloponnesian War against Sparta, a conflict that lasted nearly 30 years and eventually led to Athens' downfall. These experiences left a profound impact on Plato, shaping his skepticism of democracy and his quest for a more just and stable society. Despite his aristocratic upbringing, it wasn't wealth or power that captured Plato's imagination. It was the world of ideas. This passion was sparked by his encounters with Socrates, a charismatic philosopher who roamed the streets of Athens, engaging in debates with citizens from all walks of life. Socrates' method of questioning, known as the Socratic method, challenged people to think deeply and question their assumptions. This approach captivated Plato, inspiring him to abandon his early interest in becoming a playwright. However, Plato's life took a drastic turn in 399 BCE when Socrates was sentenced to death. The trial and execution of his beloved mentor shattered Plato's faith in Athenian democracy. Disillusioned, he set out on a lifelong mission to understand the nature of justice, ethics, and governance. Founding of the Academy. After years of travel and philosophical exploration, Plato returned to Athens with a clear vision: to create a space where the brightest minds could come together to seek wisdom. In 387 BCE, he founded what would become one of the most influential institutions in history, the Academy. Nestled in a sacred grove dedicated to the hero Academus, this was no ordinary school. It was, in fact, the world's first true university. At the Academy, students were encouraged to question everything, engage in debates, and challenge conventional thinking. Plato believed that the pursuit of knowledge was not just about facts, but about training the mind to seek truth. The Academy became a center of intellectual life, attracting students like Aristotle, who would go on to become a philosophical giant in his own right. Plato's grand vision was to train philosopher kings, leaders who would rule not out of self-interest, but out of wisdom and a genuine desire for the common good. Plato's key philosophical ideas. One of Plato's most influential ideas is the theory of forms. In Plato's view, the physical world is just a shadow of a higher, unchanging reality. Everything we see, like trees or animals, is just an imperfect version of its perfect form. The pursuit of these forms became the philosopher's mission, seeking knowledge beyond the material world. To illustrate this, Plato used the allegory of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained inside a dark cave, seeing only shadows on the wall. For them, these shadows are reality. But if one prisoner escapes, he realizes the shadows are mere illusions. This represents the philosopher's journey from ignorance to enlightenment. Plato also proposed the idea of philosopher kings, rulers who possess the wisdom to govern justly. He believed that only those who understood the nature of the good were fit to lead. Plato's impact on philosophy and the modern world. Plato's influence extends far beyond his time. Aristotle, who studied under Plato, developed his own philosophical system that shaped Western thought for centuries. Medieval Christian philosophers like St. Augustine integrated Platonic ideas into theology, while Renaissance thinkers like Descartes were inspired by Plato's pursuit of truth. Plato's emphasis on reason and critical thinking laid the groundwork for the scientific method and modern education systems. His academy served as a blueprint for universities that value a broad, liberal arts education. In politics, Plato's concept of philosopher kings continues to inspire debates on leadership. His works, especially The Republic, remain essential reading, encouraging us to question what makes a just society. As we've explored, Plato's ideas have left a legacy that transcends time, influencing everything from philosophy and education to politics and science. His relentless pursuit of truth, justice, and wisdom serves as a powerful reminder that the search for knowledge is a lifelong journey. The next time you question what's real or ponder the meaning of justice, remember that you're engaging with questions that have intrigued humanity for over 2,000 years. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Plato's world, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think Plato would say about our world today? Let's continue the conversation. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic.